Hi everybody, welcome back to Cids Mod Life, Season 3, Episode 16 with me, Cid, and I've actually recorded a whole load of footage before this, and then I've just abandoned it, because quite frankly it was rubbish, and I realise at the moment I've been suffering recently with content creators block, for want of a better phrase, and I've been flitting from project to project and not really getting my teeth into any one thing. So I've done a few bits. There's a few bits changed around here. For example, I can't remember whether I did those on the thing, but we've got all of the tier 2 seeds except one now, which I think is silver, and obviously all the animal ones and stuff. We also have a first tier 3 seed, which is a obsidian plant. So that's the thing. That's all changed, and obviously we're moving on and building up around here. Other things I did included, you'll notice if I go and look at this, for example, well, actually you can't see now because it's a thing. Let me just look at that, and you still can't see. This has been upgraded with a void upgrade and a gold upgrade, and behind there is a cobble gen feeding straight into it, so it's just generating all the cobbles for us to use. Behind here is a cobble gen feeding into an electric furnace, which is taking power off of there, which is coming into there, and that has also been upgraded the same. So I really wanted just to get some long-term materials going. So that's kind of changed around here, and down here we have, I can't find them, they're down there somewhere. There's two drowned in the house. I just don't know where they're hiding. Hello, there's one, there's the other. So that drown that I captured last time, I popped in there. I've done some work down here. So now we've got right down here at Y level 12. Yep. We've actually got a shaft down and an elevator, and that's where I'm planning to work today. Possibly. Not much changed up here. We'll have a quick sleep, get rid of the night. But I have put the second layer onto the iron farm, which is identical to the first one, and all I've done is I've extended the torch signal up so they both run at the same time for the same period, and yada yada. However, first things first, and I just need to double check, I have got that good. We are going to need to head off probably to the nether in the first instance, because I want to check to see if there's a project I want to do on this volcano. I'd be kind of mincing around trying to, I want to say avoid, but I've certainly, oops, that's not what I wanted, I want that one away. I've certainly not been headlong rushing into getting all of the good stuff done. I could have sworn I heard someone burning to death. So this volcano, I want to bring that, I mean, you can see that's our level here. I want to put maybe 1 or 2 more layers into it, and then I want to have like a crater, and I want to bring this all the way down to that, and I want to make it look more volcano-y, I suppose. At the moment it just looks like a big black cone. It's quite ugly. And I have kind of drawn some inspiration from Scar's volcano in season 6 of Hermitcraft, I think it was. It will look nowhere near as good as that, by the way. But we can at least do something with it. So that's the plan. Now, I haven't got any timber on me. One of the other plans I want to do, and I'm conscious I really should do this before I go any further. Can I get a little bit of timber? This will do me. One of them. I'm going to need more than one, but you know, these things are not the tallest trees in the world, so they are what we are, and we've got what we got. Right. So What I was thinking, oops, I could do with a little bit more sandstone. Anything I suppose will do. Let's just. Oh, that's not going to work though. This is all going to get decorated properly at some point. Like all of these things, there's always things to do. I've never not had a project to be working on. My problem is knowing which projects to work on and which projects to not to work on. And before I actually go anywhere, I also do really need to sort out my arrow situation, because I just realised I'm only carrying 2, which is not going to be very good for gas at all. However, before we do that, we need to make okay. You know what? I thought that was. I can never remember fence recipes. I am terrible at gate recipes, even, I should say. So I need that, and then that's another 4. That should just be enough, actually. 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Do even. Now at least we can stop the mobs from going in. Because the last time I went in there, which was off camera, I encountered a skeleton, which was entertaining. But it could have been much more entertaining if it had been, say, a creeper. So yeah, I just want to make sure while that is unprotected, that it is out of the way. Right, let me just go and sort out my arrow situation. I think I should sort out my torch situation at the same time. I'll be back in a second. Alright, we are here in the nether. So there, I've got 58 arrows. That's all the feathers I had to spare. There's an angry babby somewhere. Why do they always sound so much closer than they actually are? So this stuff, no use to me whatsoever. I need to be going off and grabbing a few other materials before that. I do want to grab a whole load of this, however. I don't think we'll have any problems finding it. So I'm not going to grab this immediately. Oh, hello. No. Bad doggy. Dead doggy. Did he drop coal and leather? Oh, if I knew the spawning rules of those, that would be excellent to farm. However, we are going to, I think, let me just try and get myself out of the way, so I'm just not so I can have a look at our journey map. I'm going to kind of try and head around this way. I think we've done this way. But there's a few blocks we want, and well, let's go find them, shall we? I'll be back in a second. Alright, this is not what I came for, but I have found hellbark, the one tree that I'm missing, and I now have a hellbark sapling. The other thing I've got is these ramble, which has no real use. We can grow them. But they do have, let me find something useless rather than something useful. So they don't destroy items, but they do hurt. So they might be useful as a mob trap thing. Now we can grow them in a thingy, so we'll just take a few. That'll be enough, in fact. Don't think there's anything else we desperately want here. But yeah, that was an interesting little find. Hello. Damn you. I don't know why those things are so good at evading things. I mean, they're basically balloons. But, you know, they seem to have all the arrow evasion skills. I really do need to put some blocks on my bar before I do any further. Alright, still need to go and find a better source of what I'm after. Be back in a sec. Well, obviously, here's one of the things I wanted, and I want a lot of this, so I'm basically going to mine out this area, and I don't think you can make a lot of volcano without having magma blocks. I think they are pretty much integral to any volcano build. So this is one thing, the ash blocks is the other, and then I want to have a little fertile around a bit more. So yeah, back in a bit. Alright, well, we're back. So I suppose the first thing we need to do is put our thing of noob juice away, and I've already got a thing lined up for the hell tree, hell thing, the sapling I picked up. But I've got a reasonable amount of what I wanted, which is obviously all here. A lot of that, a lot of that. Now this thing, hellbark, it is hellbark, excellent. That's at least I wasn't completely losing my mind then. Stick those away, that away. So I'm going to stick a hopping bonsai pot up there. I just want to grind these down, moonstones. I don't know whether I've actually had a moonstone before. Just I saw it and went, oh, that's different. I did get them. They're probably not very good then. Yeah, they're not that brilliant. Okay, but it doesn't matter. Right, we need a bonsai pot. Specifically a hopping bonsai pot, so I'm going to need one of those, okay, and one of those. I think we can manage to craft that in there, and then we just want a piece of dirt. I presume dirt anyway, let me just double check. Yes, it will plant on dirt. Do you know it is, some nether saplings just won't plant on anything other than things, and I am going to assume you will hopping bonsai. Excellent. Oh, I better unless I want to get the wrong thing in this thing. Let me go in here. This stuff, by the way, makes this rather nice dark grey chocolatey brown. I don't know, it's hard to describe. Men are not good at colour. We don't do, you know, colour very well in my experience. You know, we'd be terrible if we wore nail varnish and things, because we just not know how to describe it. Oh, and that wants a lock, doesn't it? I need a key for that. I think it's in the system. Let me just go and check. Key. It is. So what we'll do is we'll lock and on. There you go. Hold on. Right, so we got a bit of stuff. We got those things as well. We got this. This doesn't. Unfortunately, these are not compatible with things. But this particular wood is very very vivid. I'm not sure whether I would have much of a use for it, but you know what, if you haven't got it, you've got no use for it whatsoever, have you? So yeah, and I picked up these nether banana. Yeah, don't ask me, I don't know. They are used to make glittery dust for silent gear, which has no apparent use, and golden nether bananas, which can be smelted back down to gold that you use to make them, and they, I don't know, presumably they have things. But we have some bananas, so no longer can I sing I have no bananas, because I do, I actually have bananas. Do I have any more ash in here? I didn't bring any blocks back. Okay, so we got those, we got that. I would like some lava. Now obviously I don't have lava, but what I can do, because we're going to be taking a big chunk off the top of the volcano, is I can make some tanks. So that's a basic fluid tank, holds 14 buckets. If we take a basic fluid tank and do some infused alloy, well, let's do it, shall we? Bang. Let's see if we got that. We haven't quite. Infused alloy, that is redstone and iron. Okay, that I can manage. Redstone, in fact the redstone is probably the more desperate thing, and I'm not desperate for redstone right now. Let's just go and upgrade it. Where is my That's a very good question. Very good question. Have I actually not got that out yet? That is a metallurgic. Interesting. What happened to my metallurgic infuser? is there. So I didn't recognise it, but you know, any halfwit could have made the same mistake. So that'll give us a tank, which we can then obviously use to bring the lava. As we strip the volcano down a little bit and work down, we can clear the lava out with it and not waste it, because I don't like wasting things. I know sometimes I do it. You know, I'm nothing if not inconsistent. Reinforced alloy will skip. That's Colt's 28 buckets. It should be more than enough. So what we're going to do is we're going to head up on top of the well, first things first, we're going to I want to empty this out. Why can I not empty that out there? Where are they? I can hear them. Why can you not? I thought you'd be able to do that, you know? Oh well, I'll do it somewhere else, not a problem. Right. To work, we need to get to the top of the volcano. Actually, before we do that, let me just check something. Crystallized amber. Oh, this is getting a little bit silly. But it would actually save me a great deal of... Oh, I need a scoot as well. Now, scoots are... What the hell are scoots? Is that baby turtle? When you hatch turtle eggs, you get the scoots. Right. Sorry, well, I'm going to get sidetracked again. We're going to... we need a pair of shears. Have I got a pair? I have. I think I need a pair of shears for grass anyway. We'll take our box with us, and I'm going to go and we'll start off with a bit of turtle breeding, because I need to try and get a little bit of turtle breeding in. I need to make the scoots. I also need to just double check out what my slime situation is like. Let me just have a look at that. Oh yeah, no problem. We've got loads of those, so that's all good. So yeah, we're using slimes to make all sorts of things, obviously. But the one we want is gloves. You see, I've never done turtles in Minecraft because you don't, or I haven't played these things. Fire charge, redstone, and honey, or magma, which is just made. Well, hang on. Oh, I need honey, which is from. We're going to have to make them this melting chamber, aren't we? And the crystallizing chamber. Let's have a look at those as well before we start getting too carried away. I don't want to go rushing off. Cyclic. Melting chamber. It's pretty cheap. And crystallization chamber is okay, that's fine. I can do both of those. Right, I'm not worried about that. So, turtle breeding. See you in a mo. Alright, now as I understand it with turtles, what you have to do is you feed them seagrass, where there's a couple over here, and then they go back to the beach where their home beach. Now come here, turtle. They go back to their home beach where they attempt to lay an egg. So let's follow the turtles. There's another one on this beach as well. If they're all on this one, I don't know where they're going. They're not doing much. I want to come back over here. And when I've watched people do this, they sometimes build the beach up a little bit because he's trying to do this egg laying thing. Let's get... Well, where's that one gone now? Oh, man. Oi! rude. Alright, well, I'm going to have to sit there and try and herd some turtles back over here, aren't I? So, leave me with it, and I'll be back in a second. Right, I've got the first two. Get the old silk touch on them. Come on. Come on. You know you want to. Go on. Je t'aime. Do, 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 do. I'll put some music, you know, a bit of romantic, a bit of Barry on maybe. That'll sort them. Oh, they're making the eggies. Take a while. It's not the fastest process in the world, is it? And I'll be honest, I never really realised how turtle eggs, how useful they were, seeing as this is the first time I played in the update Aquatic. So, you know, you can use them to lure zombies, for example, which would have been very handy when I was trying to catch those zombies all that time ago. Don't know how long this takes. Any how long this takes? He's really having a go at it. We really could do with getting him to come back, or her, or it, but they're not. Come on, turtles. Come on back. You can do it. But we're getting there steadily. So I'll be back with you once I've got a bit more progress. Man, these things are difficult. We've got 4 baby turtles, look. So these things, I don't need more right now, so I'm just going to re-pick these ones up. These things only hatch overnight, so you have to spend the night cycle in there. I'm not bothered about hatching anymore. Look how cute they are, though. They're so tiny. So I set myself up over here. I'll leave those ones. And then we've got the little BBs, and the BBs can be fed with this, which will, I believe, reduce them by 10% for every so many you feed them. I can't remember the thing, so you can, you know, speed up his growth. We are, oh hello, come here, give me. We only need the one scoop, so you know, 4 was a bit overkill, but let's see how. I mean, this is it. 10% per stack. That is. Oh, hello. There we go. And scooty scoot. And we have a baba. We have babies still. Right. So we've got what we came for. It would be ideal to capture these, but I didn't bring anything like a hopper. And I've got no monster balls. What the expression? You know what? I can do that again. We can come up with a proper turtle breeding setup later. Right now we got what we wanted, and you know what? I get so easily distracted. You know what I'm like. Shiny thing crops up, and that's it. You've lost me. So it's interesting. A while, but we've got a stack and a bit of turtle eggs as well. So, you know, effective use of time. Those will definitely come in at some point, I'm sure. Even if it's just to have 4 turtles in the base, and we'll name them after, you know, Renaissance painters, perhaps. I've heard that before somewhere. Right, let me head back. We need to next get this stuff, the cyclic stuff, done to crystallize and melt the magma, which of course we've got lots of magma, so that's a good thing. And then we can make the gloves, which will allow me to climb to the top of this volcano and actually do some building. Which, looking at the time of recording, is probably not going to be this episode again. But my plan is this: we're going to take that down. I think I'm going to actually extend this out with some of the. I've got lots of basalt, so I'm going to kind of give it more of a mountainous shape, and just, you know, maybe some beaches. Again, you know, if you taking in quite a lot of the inspiration from Scar's volcano, which was absolute genius. Could even start using some of the dead coral and things, especially as we have all of these this stuff going on, you know, the coral essence and all of these essences. But we need to stop me just for a split second, getting sidetracked, and we need to come into our applied system, and we need let's get the melting chamber done first. What can we can do everything except that, which is so difficult. There you go. Melting chamber, thank you. And then we need a crystallizing chamber, which again we'll need another one of those. And there, thank you very much. Right, shall we put these into the wall? I mean, it would seem. Let's do them. Well, for now we'll just stick them in here. It doesn't really matter, I don't think. That is the melting chamber. Actually it does, because you can see the stuff. I didn't realise they were transparent. That's a bit of a pain, but there you go. What can you do? So we shall you know what, let's for now, I don't know how often I'm going to need these, so for now what we will do is we will stick a crystallization chamber there and a melting chamber there. We can always move them later. So melting chamber, let's have a look. What do we do with you? Show recipes. Water, okay, that's okay. Lava from smooth stone and obsidian. It's not a bad return, I suppose. What we want is magma. And magma is going to be basically magma blocks. Well, we can definitely manage that. So, how much? Oh, damn it. How much magma do we need? That's the next question. Well, one of those makes 1,000 millibuckets of things. Oh, it needs RF. Okay, in which case we're going to have to put it in that wall. Well, that makes life considerably simpler. Melting chamber at the top, crystallizing chamber at the bottom. For no other reason, we're going to need some FE, some cable thing, basic universal cable, a couple of those, excellent. Right, sneaky little thing requiring power, eh? But then this is why I put this lot in, so you know. So now we can go 1, 2, and that is going to create me 2,000 magma. It doesn't have any automated output by the looks of it. Sure. Tell you what, get rid of that. We've got a magma bucket. Oops. Recipe 60, and we're going to put you in. No recipes for this. Now I need the crystallized thingy mabob hoojamaflob, not that one, that one. So we need to get magma in there, perhaps. Okay, and it needs 1,000 millibuckets to make one of those, so I just need to make a fire charge. I think we can handle that easily enough. Fire charge, just need one of those. We need a redstone block and a piece of gold. We're almost there. We've almost got I still think one of the best items out of cyclic. I'm surprised they made it this powerful, but right, that is, let me just check that we've not got some runaway. The cyclic in the past I've noticed can be a little bit dodgy with its power usage, but it seems to be behaving. Right, so uses for that are all these good things, but right now we are going for that, and what we are missing is, that's ironic, isn't it? That, there we go, we have that. We this thing is great, doesn't give you full, but if I can, no, we can just wear that and get around and do all the climbing up to the top of the volcano we want, which is going to be absolutely great. I don't know whether it doesn't render on you, which is a shame. Oh well, we'll carry it for now for the screenshot, because there really isn't much else to it. It is daytime, so let us head up to the top of the volcano, get a screenshot, and we will. Oh, hang on, did I? Yeah, I really do need to empty my inventory as well. Oh, hello. Right, this thing we need to turn off. There's just that one by the looks of it. Okay, that will turn it back on again, and off we go. So the trouble that we've had getting up and down this thing in the past, absolutely not a problem now. Now that was more hours than I care to think about, sat looking at really, that was more hours than I care to think about looking at the turtle eggs, but this makes it worthwhile. So let us try, and we'll just go for, yeah, that'll do. It's a nice little, I don't think that we can see much over there, can we? No. Right, that'll do for the screenshot. We're going to take this down quite a bit, but right now I just need to get back down, probably turn that off for now, and yeah, with next episode we are going to absolutely totally do some building and working on this, working on the volcano. We've got a lot of materials, so yeah, that's the plan for next time. Till then, thanks for watching guys, I'll see you soon, bye for now.